This has been an extremely tough week, probably the worst week ever within Red Dead Online, and that's not an exaggeration. Following the latest update, being the Naturalist update that dropped on July 28th, things were pretty decent. Obviously, with the latest update came a number of different issues, but that is expected with a new update, new game, anything like that. But the real problems occurred, and the reason that this is the worst week ever for Red Dead Online players was because the patch that came out to fix those issues made things so much worse. But today, Rockstar have released another patch, and with our fingers crossed when we were all downloading this, we were all hoping that this would actually fix something. So I'm going to be going through everything that I've noticed with this latest patch. Now that this game is playable, if you do want to see me streaming this live over on Twitch, then there is a link in the description. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. If you do want to get the latest news with Red Dead Online, then we also have got a Discord server. A link can be found in the description to that as well. Getting back into the video, the patch on the 10th of August, this Monday broke the game. It kept on crashing a game, and if you weren't experiencing crashing, you would be in a world with no NPCs. There'll be no animals. That's including legendary animals as well. You wouldn't be able to enter the Moonshine Shack. You wouldn't be able to find Maggie Fike, Marcel, anyone in your underground bar. You wouldn't be able to find cribs. If you went into the general store, the butcher, the barbers, the tailor, anything like that, you would not be able to do anything. This game was completely broken and completely unplayable. There's also other issues which in some cases, because of the current state of it being completely unplayable, ended up being funny. Where you're able to see levitating horses, wagons being thrown around the whole world. This game did become a major joke this week, and it even led to major news articles coming out about the current state. We got articles from Polygon, VG247, all completely slating how Rockstar have handled this patch. It did seem that when this patch was pushed, no one at Rockstar even playtested it. Every player was experiencing this, and you can turn on your PlayStation 4 and play for literally minutes until the game would crash. And some of these articles that were coming out were saying how this is harmful for your console. So we were being warned not to play Red Dead Online. Today's patch, as far as I'm aware, has solved some of these major issues, even though some of these major issues should have never been within the game in the first place. I've been able to play for a couple hours and I have not experienced a single game crash. When the game was broken, I wasn't able to do anything. I wasn't able just to ride my horse without this game crashing. If I went over to a fast travel post, my game would crash. If I went into a mission, my game would crash. So to be able to play for a couple hours and not experience this is a good sign. I didn't get a single disconnect. Very similar to crashes, disconnects were very often, and they were even very often with the latest update that did drop on the 28th of July, being the Naturalist update. That has been an issue since that was released, and with that I would probably get a disconnect every hour, and so far I haven't had one. I've been able to fast travel without any problems, been going to where I want to go to. I even went into a Life of Shine mission, because as said before, when I used to go into this, my game would crash, and this time it was perfectly fine. There was a little issue that I had with Lenny when I identified myself. He ended up just staying there, had to wait quite some time, and he would just stay there whilst going through conflict. Once I had to kill all those revenue agents, I went back to him, asked him to follow me, and he ran away. But it was easily solved because when he ran into the rig station, I just told him to stop following me and then follow me again, and it seemed to solve everything. I resupplied the Moonshine Shack, and I also went into the bootlegger mission without any problems. When I first did go into the Moonshine Shack, there was a little bit of time where Maggie didn't spawn in, and I thought, oh dear, this has not been solved. NPCs are still disappearing. But it just took some time for Maggie to spawn in. She did eventually spawn in, and I still haven't had a problem. So for me, this has been a lot better. I even wanted to test some of the fixes that Rockstar said they fixed in the previous patch. So one of the things that they wanted to highlight was legendary animals spawning in. This has been extremely hard to do within free roam. I've spent hours upon hours every single day at that point, and I've only managed to find 3 legendary animals within free roam. And I think I can label myself as a hardcore player of this game. So that's a very, very bad return. Imagine what it is for a casual player, someone that spends a couple hours per week. They're probably never going to get a free roam legendary animal. Even on the patch that did happen on Monday the 10th of August, did seem to somewhat solve this issue. because I did manage to go and stream after this patch and I didn't have any problems whatsoever. I knew about some of the issues because PlayStation 4 players were in the stream telling me what's going on, but I was able to play here on Xbox. I managed to go over to the Mazakuga location, get that to spawn in straight away. I was able to go through a route of each and every legendary animal. Not every single one spawned in, but we managed to get the marble fox to spawn in. We managed to go and get the onyx wolf to spawn in. And that is already so much better than what it was. That was on Monday after the patch. Tuesday is when I started to have problems. So yet again today, with this latest patch, I did want to see if I can go to legendary animal locations and see if I can actually get them to spawn in. I did fast travel all the way up to Coulter and the marble fox spawned in. If you have been following the videos and you've also been following over on Twitch, you would know that this is the one that I wanted the most. This is my favorite garment so far. And it's also been the one that I've struggled to get, and on top of that, it is in my least favorite location within the whole of Red Dead Online, being Coulter. I absolutely hate this place, and since the Red Dead Online Naturalist update, I've spent over 10 hours just in this location waiting for this to spawn in. Today after the patch, I fast traveled up to Coulter. I waited, I recorded the footage of me fast traveling because that is what I wanted to test. I thought I would spend a few minutes up in this location to see if I can get the marble fox to spawn in. And it did, it spawned in immediately, and that made me very happy because then I was able to take that all the way down to the trapper, Gus McMillan, without any problems, without my game crashing, and I was able to sell that legendary pelt to Gus, and I was able to get the marble fox garment out of it. So from my experience playing through this patch so far, has fixed the previous patch that we had that brought along all of those problems. It has also seemed to solve some of the issues that were before the patch, that the previous patch was supposed to fix, but failed to do so. This is just a very early on analysis. I have only played for a couple hours, and I did do this before with the previous patch as already said, because I was streaming it and it was perfectly fine. But it did seem that on Xbox that the previous patch did somehow evolve to be completely broken the next day. So fingers crossed that this stays at its current situation. Hopefully things are a lot better, and that hopefully tomorrow when we start playing Red Dead Online again, it doesn't completely break, we don't experience crashes every other second, and hopefully we can actually play this game. This is just my experience in today's latest patch for Red Dead Online. I did also ask members on the Discord server if they've been encountering any problems. A lot of them have said that it's been pretty decent for them. It seems like it is back to normal. There is some complaints that the hunting wagon is still not spawning in. This is where it's completely grayed out and it says that it's being summoned, but it just isn't. You just cannot select it. And there's also been a few complaints at the butcher table. This is for players that have got enough gold and they want to buy into the trader for the first time, but are unable to do so because the butcher table has not spawned in, so they cannot buy into the role. So this patch still isn't without fault. There's always going to be issues though, we have to bear that in mind. But this is still a much better patch than what the previous patch has been. If you are encountering any issues that I have not talked about in this video, or maybe the things that I've been saying is fine for me isn't fine for you, then let me know in the comment section down below. Now that this game is playable, if you do want to see me stream this over on Twitch, then there is a link in the description down below. Now that I know that I can get legendary animals to spawn in and they're so much more common, now this is when I'm going to be starting the grind. I did try before on stream, but it was just too hard. I would spend 3-4 hours streaming without even finding a single legendary animal. Now I feel like if I can go through this whole route to find every single animal location, going to each and every point, I should be able to get a couple. So if you want to join a posse with me and you want to go through these legendary animal routes, then head over to Twitch. The link to that is in the description down below. If you do want to join the ever growing community over on Discord with over 2,000 members, then there is also another link that can be found to that in the description. That is where you'll get the latest news of Red Dead Online, as we can much easily push updates there rather than doing videos here on YouTube. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.